Calvin Castine, exactly where everybody wants me to be, off camera. And I'm going to use my outdoor voice today, and I'm going to ask this young lady to also use her outdoor voice today, because it's May 20th, 2020, 5/20/2020. I like saying that, so I'm...
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
And we're in the midst, I'm not going to say middle, because we don't know where the middle is of this pandemic, but we're in the midst of a pandemic, and a lot of things have changed. None of them for any good, I would say, but people are adapting, and one of the companies in the North Country that is adapting and helping out in any way they can is the Champlain Telephone Company, a part of the North Country scene since 1903. And Vicki Marking here is the marketing and marketing and sales director. And Vicki, I've got a news release that you sent me, but I'll let you, if that bird doesn't get too loud, if you can talk louder than that bird, tell us a little bit about what's on this news release.
So Champlain...
That's all right.
Okay, I was saying, what do I want? Champlain Telephone has been working on providing free wireless access locations for people who might not have or be able to afford an internet connection at home. So we have completed a total of 5 locations around our serving territory that people can access the internet should they need to, whether that be for educational purposes or for work or for healthcare purposes. We've tried to put one in each township. So now Border View Grocery here in Champlain, the American Legion Post 912 in Rouse's Point, the Town of Moore's offices, and the Altona Volunteer Fire Department now all have free wireless access that we put in specifically in their parking lot areas, so that if people want to be able to stay in their cars where they can safely socially distance and use the internet, they can have access to that.
All right, and I know you've got something set up too, just down the road here a piece with Hudson Headwaters too, and we'll get into that in a moment. But there's people who probably, most people are a lot smarter than I am when it comes to this internet stuff, but all I carry around is a little track phone, so I don't have to worry. When I leave home, I leave my internet behind me. So is this mainly for iPads, iPhones, that type of thing? You can't bring a laptop out there and connect, or how does that work?
You can actually connect with any device that you have. If you go into like any of those parking lot areas, and there's signage coming that's gonna kind of give people an idea of where the best place to park is to get the maximum signal. But basically, if you're there, you can bring your laptop, you can bring your smartphone, iPad, whatever you have, and you just look for the network that says free CTC Wi-Fi. Pretty easy to find. There's no, you have to accept the terms and conditions, but it's not password protected, and it's as simple as that to hook up and connect. The connection that we did at the Altona Volunteer Fire Department, they specifically wanted to make that available to students. As you know, everybody's doing homeschooling. It's a whole new world, so they specifically wanted that to be available to students. And that got us thinking, like, where else could we make this available, and who else might need access? And that led us to, approach some of our other partners. Everybody that I listed off that has the free wireless access are already our customers and long-term partners. And we basically said, can we use your location so that we can make this available to people in the community, and to make it close enough that people feel comfortable just running over. If they don't have it at home, they can run over and use the Wi-Fi in the parking lot. The other thing that we've been doing too, Calvin, is that we have been offering, if you have a student in the household who is in K through 12 or a registered college student, we will do a free internet connection in your home. No charge for at least 60 days and no installation costs. And then after the 60 days are up, the client can make the decision whether or not they want to keep it, or if not, we'll just take it out. But we're trying to help people as much as we can, because although I'm really happy that people need the internet more than ever, it's also really hard. It's a whole new world, and people are trying to figure it out.
Okay, so I assume you're talking about your Champlain Telephone Company footprint here.
Yes. So anywhere
Shazy
Champlain
wouldn't be available. It's Champlain, Moore's, Rouse's Point, Altona, basically.
Yes. So our footprint includes Champlain, Rouse's Point, Moore's Forks, and Altona. So if you're within the Champlain Telephone footprint, we'll make that available to you. And if you don't know if you're in the Champlain telephone footprint, you're welcome to give the office a call and we'll let you know.
Would you happen to know that number?
I would. I would, and there are still people here to answer the phone. 518-298-2411 will get you to us, or you can check it out on our website. Google us, Facebook us.
Whatever, all those modern things.
All those modern things.
Now, obviously, the Moore's setup is at the town offices, which is also where the fire department is. You've got the Altona Fire Department. You've got a business like Stacy Gooley's Borderview. They don't want people just parking anywhere. Is there designated areas when people pull in like this? Obviously you can't park in front of the fire trucks.
Absolutely. So at the town offices, if the closer that you can get to the actual town office building on that side of the building, that's where you're going to get the best reception. And there's also a lot of parking available, obviously, so that we don't affect the fire department. At Borderview, the best signal is actually around the back. The designated parking is actually around the back of the building, because if anybody's been to Borderview at lunchtime, it's still a busy
Right.
little place, which is a good thing. So actually, if you're looking to use the Wi-Fi, going around the back of the building is going to get you the strongest signal, and just keep you out of the way if you're going to be there for some time. We have plans to put some signs up. They're not quite up yet, but they will be in the next week or so that people will have a better idea where they should be.
And that's available 24/7, I would assume, right?
It is. The Wi-Fi connection is available 24/7. And then like the American Legion on Pratt Street, right now they're not really fully open. So at this point, you can be in the parking lot pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll hope that'll change pretty soon.
We hope that that situation will change here. Okay, I'm just looking over this here. The Hudson Headwaters. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so we've also been partnering with Hudson Headwaters. People that live in the northern tier are probably pretty familiar with Champlain Family Health, which is the beautiful new building here in Champlain. They are one of 5 locations that we worked on with Hudson Headwaters to also do free Wi-Fi, in their case specifically for their patients, so that if people weren't comfortable going into the facility, they're offering the COVID-19 testing, as you know. I think
Right.
you said you had been talking to them. So if people are there and they want to telehealth in, talk to their doctor, they have an appointment, whatever, they can go in the parking lot, use the free Wi-Fi, and be able to do that without actually having to go inside the facility if that's not something that they want to do or can do, or for whatever reasons that is. So we have that available here at the Champlain Health Center as well. That's offered limited hours. I believe, this is off the top of my head, it's like 9 to 7, but that's because of the fact that it's specifically for their patients, and so that people are able to do the telehealth. It's a whole new world now when you're talking to your doctor via video instead of having to even go into the office. But that's another project. We're pretty proud of that. Champlain happens to be one of 5 locations that we're doing with them, and we're working with them all the way from here in Champlain all the way down to Queensbury.
All right, we got a man who wants to talk to you, so I'll take a break here.
I do, or it's also not official.
Okay, Vicki looks like so much like an official person here that
People are asking me about paying their bill.
She says, yes, by all means.
Yes, please pay your bill. That's good.
There's a drop box here, apparently.
There is. So our offices right now are still not open to the public, but we have a drop box for payments, and obviously you can pay online. You can call in and pay over the phone. But I just had a gentleman ask me about what to do as he was walking around with his payment. We're hoping that our offices will be back open to the public fairly shortly, in the next couple of weeks. We're trying to make a plan so that we can do that safely. But right now, even though we're not open to the public, people coming in the office, people love to come in our office here in Champlain in person. Hopefully we'll be able to do that again soon, but rest assured that everybody is still working, and everything has continued throughout even the month of March, when the pandemic was really at its worst.
Yeah, I see the guys out climbing the poles and all that stuff.
Yep.
And if you do call during business hours, there's somebody here to pick up the phone. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. They're either here physically. We always have a few people physically in the office, and everybody else is working remotely from home, but our whole team is still working. Our full team of almost 50 employees has been working throughout.
Oh, good. Now, recently I saw there was a notice that Primelink is in the process of being sold, and I know Primelink was initiated by Champlain Telephone Company, and is very much a part of providing this internet service here. So people might be saying, what's happening there?
Yep, absolutely. So people have probably read or saw, and our Champlain Telephone customers received a letter. Primelink is, there is a signed agreement for another telecommunications company called First Light to purchase Primelink. It is, it's in the regulatory phase right now, which basically means that New York State and the federal government have to approve the sale. Because we're a telecommunications company, that's part of the process that we have to go through. So right now, today, nothing has changed. We expect that probably by late summer or early fall, we'll hear whether or not the sale has been approved. And then a transition will start for Primelink to become part of the First Light family that's purchasing them. But for our Champlain Telephone customers, what I really want people to know is they really will not see a change at all, other than the name, other than the Primelink brand and name kind of going away. Champlain Telephone Company will still be here. Building is still going to be here. Champlain Telephone Company was not part of the sale. So now people that get a Champlain Telephone Company bill, they usually see like the internet service or their long distance are on a Primelink section of the bill. That will just all become Champlain Telephone. That's probably really the only thing that they will see as an immediate change, is that the Primelink name will start to go away, but the same services will be available. We're still going to be here. Been here since 1903. Champlain Telephone Company is not going anywhere. Same employees. So there's just going to be some transition with the network that we own in Plattsburgh and down in the Glens Falls and Saratoga region. That part of the network is going to be obviously moving over to First Light.
All right, but as far as the Champlain Telephone Company, people, again, Altona, Moores Forks, Champlain, Rouse's Point, things will just remain the same. You won't know the difference one way or the other.
As far as our northern tier folks, they will not see any noticeable differences. As we kind of go through this transition and the Primelink brand, so to speak, goes away, they might see us launch some new colors for the company, something fun, but nothing that is going to change the services that they receive from us. That's going to remain the same.
Now you said something fun. Now something fun that usually happens right here every summer in August is still up in the air at this point in time. The annual Customer Appreciation Day, where folks, I've even noticed some people who aren't customers gathering here to have a free hot dog. But it's an annual Customer Appreciation Day. It's being done the same time as the Village Fest is held in Champlain, the town-wide garage sale. So it's a big community event.
Great community day.
But at this point in time, you're not ready to commit one way or the other.
Yeah, for us, everything is our plans are on hold right now until we can get a better idea how things are going to look in August and September, like what a lot of other people are doing. We have talked about maybe having it as a fall event if things seem to be progressing and we're in a situation where we can, maybe some kind of scaled down version, but we really haven't made any firm decisions. We just know that unfortunately it won't be the same type of event that we usually do, but we're hoping that we can do something for our customers, maybe late summer, early fall, but there'll be more to come.
Okay. So once again, unless you have something else that we should bring up, our purpose of our visit here was to announce the free Wi-Fi locations. I'll let you give those locations again. As far as these people utilizing this, for that point, you don't have to be a Champlain Telephone customer. You can, anybody, even somebody from Shazy could come in here and utilize it and get to one of those locations. And
they absolutely could. In fact, if it's going to help a student from around the area or somebody that's having trouble working from home, we want people to be able to use it. So anybody that is local, if you know somebody that's struggling, I actually have a friend who's a school counselor at Northeastern Clinton, and she was asking me about a student who was outside of our serving territory, so I couldn't get them an internet connection at home, but I told her where to go, where to send the student.
In a nice way.
Yeah, in a very nice way. Told her where to send the student so
Okay.
that they could get access, because they were struggling with being able to get their work turned in from home because they didn't have internet. So.
Okay, so those locations again are?
Our Border View Grocery in Champlain, the American Legion Post 912 in Rouse's Point, the Altona Volunteer Fire Department, and the town offices in Moores. And then just to keep in mind that if you are a patient at Hudson Headwaters at Champlain Family Health here, that is available, that Wi-Fi is available should you need it for patient items.
Yeah. Again, that's if you're in a situation where you don't feel comfortable going in to see the doctor, you can do it. They'll even bring you out a pad so you can communicate with them if you don't have one of those at home. They'll bring one out to you. Just have to call them. 518-298-2691, I think, or 2461, I think. One of those numbers. If it's the wrong number, hang up and call the other one.
And if anybody has any questions about our free wireless or is looking to do the free program that I mentioned in your home, if you have a student, you can give us a call at 518-298-2411.
Okay, so the other one's going to be 2691. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I had to argue with Vicki to get her outdoors here to do this. She wanted to stay inside, but she did come out and stood in this lovely 70-degree weather.
I was going to say, I think you ordered this for me so we could do this interview.
And appreciate you taking the time, Vicki.
Thank you.